Well, hello. We're going to talk about how you can save vegetables. If you get a lot of vegetables and you just want to stock up like you do bulk, and you can cut them up. This right here is zucchini I got from my garden this year. That's all that I have left right there. I froze that. And a lot of times I'll just put various ones in a larger bag. Here was some shredded carrots that I bought. And I just put them in the bag that they came in and put them inside this and froze them. Here's some Brussels sprouts that I didn't need all of what I had. Here's some potatoes that I have just cut up in cubes, just like that. And I'm going to actually leave that out, and I'll show you a recipe that I just take it out of the freezer like that. I don't have to thaw it out or anything. I'll just put it onto the pan. Alright, and here's another bag. That way, if you want to make soups or stews or anything like that. Here, I have gotten a lot of jalapeno peppers. So I just chopped them up. Here's peas from my garden. And there's just another bag of peas from the freezer section in the grocery store. Right here, I've cut up some celery. I usually like to cut my onion up in different ways. Like this right here, I've got it in strips, like for a stir fry. And I do the same thing with my green bell pepper. Right here, I've got them in strips for a stir fry. You just wash your vegetables and cut them up into the sizes that you need. Try to lay them flat. Like when you put them in the bag, in the freezer, just kind of do like that. Let them freeze flat. That way they break up a lot easier and you can get out what you need. Whether you need 1 or 10, whatever. Alright, so here's some green bell pepper that I've just chopped up into pieces. And looks like it's the same thing. Yes, this is the same thing, but I've done it bigger pieces. So you just you can put it in bags like this, or if you're wanting to cut back on your plastic, you can reuse these bags. Many people have done that forever. You can wash them and reuse them, just like you do your dishes. And another thing you can do is put it on a baking pan, a baking dish or a baking pan, plate, and then just cut, have it cut up, put it on there, lay it out flat, put that in the freezer and let it freeze like that. You can also do your meats like that, lay them out individually. You get a whole pack of chicken breasts. You buy the larger pack because it's more economical, but you don't need all that at once. So you just lay them out individually, and then when they're all frozen, you can take each breast and put it into a large bag, Ziploc bag like this. They're frozen individually. You pull them out as you need them. And here's some tomatoes that I got for salads, and we didn't really use them. So what I'm going to do with that, because I don't know if you can see, but they're starting to get a little wrinkly. So I'm going to slice them just like that. And you can put them in, say, this right here had soup in it from the Asian restaurant. You can do that, or an old butter dish. Just save them. If you don't want plastic bags, just use what you've got. I'm going to put mine in a baggie, of course. I guess you see my my routine. I'm a creature of habit sometimes. So as I cut these up, I will just place them in here. And then they're ready to go for soup or something. All right, I'm gonna pause this because I want to get this stuff back in the freezer. Okay, so I've got the rest of these cut up, and I wanted to come back and tell you that when you get home with your vegetables, it's just good to go ahead and get them washed, put them in some water with some vinegar, white distilled vinegar. And like this right here, I don't know, yeah, you can see they have little holes. And this right here pulls open, and you just run water in it and can rinse and drain if you want to. Simple as that. And then that just sits in the refrigerator as you use it. Okay, let me get the rest of these in here. Now, see, just get out as much air as you can. And then just flatten that out and lay it flat in the freezer. Okay, so now about these frozen potatoes that I got. It's like, need dinner in an hour. You know, just something like that. You can put them in like this. And it really doesn't matter if they all come apart, but I do try to break them up somewhat. Then, and you can set them out the morning of or the day before. All right, so then I'm going in heavily because I want to coat everything. And I am working from frozen at this point, so, you know, it's going to take a little extra. That was olive oil. Next, I'm going in with some salt. Now this is going to be pink Himalayan sea salt, and I'm just going to sprinkle some on. These are potatoes. Potatoes do take a little more salt, but you know, like I said before, it's your kitchen. You don't have to if you want to. So I'm going to get that off my hands really quick. So then I'm coming in with some black pepper. Garlic powder. I don't know, I think I'm going to do just a little bit more. About like that, I guess. Paprika. And this will give it some color. Oregano flakes. And then you just go in and just toss that stuff in and around. Can you see? All right, then let's come in with our pan here. Just spread that out on the pan. Okay, then I want some butter. And I'm just going to put that on there because it's going to melt and run across the pan. So I just put 2 good dollops, probably a tablespoon each. And then I'm going in with my bacon grease. I keep this on the stove. I'm sure you've seen it. sitting in some of the videos. Now, you don't have to put this in, but if you have it, it's really good. If you want to put you some bacon on a pan like this and cook it the morning of in the oven, then save the pan and cook it in it that way. All right, so now this right here will go into the oven on 400 degrees, and it always depends like how large you've cut your potatoes, how many you have, and what doneness and crispness you want it. So I'm going to start with 400 degrees for 40 minutes, and I'll go from there. All right, here are the potatoes. You cook them till they're tender, just like that. These are very delicious. You just have to try them. They're too hot for me to try right now, but I think you can see all the yumminess. All right. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.